and still manifest what they want in their life, which I feel like this person wants true love, but maybe they were forced into some kind of situation, not forced, but I don't know, like they were kind of pushed into something they didn't want to be in. And I'm just getting that like it's gonna be one of those situations. So for some of you, maybe justice resonates this way, where it's not gonna happen. Like, hey guys, what is up, what's going on? Today we are gonna be doing your reading. This is still not May reading, but this, I don't know, this eclipse season really is asking me to do a lot of extra readings. We will do a reading for May very soon, I promise, but this is still not May. I'm recording this right in the eclipse time period, so I feel like the energy still is a little bit, you know, out there. But let's see what's gonna come up for us today. There was a channeled message before, and it's kind of like, it was something along the lines of like, don't judge by appearances. Something that might have been there. I like, just, you know, apply this as it resonates, okay? Because it's a channel mystical message. Something that was there will not be there anymore, so something will be removed, and instead of that, it's going to be replaced. Like something basically that was there will not be there anymore, and then what was not there yet, you know, there will be some basically a change of situation. So don't be basically, especially those of you guys who are into manifesting, don't be intimidated by anything you see. Like, you have to maintain this kind of crazy self-belief, especially right now, especially with eclipses and everything going on. You have to maintain this crazy faith in yourself right now. Even if you're the only one who believes into something, you gotta believe. You know, Saturn and Pisces, your faith will be rewarded. A lot of people are asking, right, about what does Saturn and Pisces represent. Saturn and Pisces can represent a total lack of faith, when we lose faith. And I mean, you look at the world, right, there are so many things that seem hopeless, you know, and so on and so forth. But the lesson of Saturn and Pisces is to have faith, and Saturn in Capricorn rewards hard work, right? Saturn in Aquarius rewards people who align with proper communities that are right for them, technology, you know, who can think for themselves. Think about just all the events that we've been experiencing, right, in the past years. Saturn in Capricorn, Saturn in Aquarius. Now Saturn is in Pisces. Saturn's going to reward those who have the faith. And sometimes having the faith is not necessarily about, oh, everything is just like exactly how I want it to be. Yeah, sure, that's great. But sometimes what I found is even more powerful is like when something undesirable is there or whatever, or something that would have scared me years ago and would have made me give up. Right now I'm looking at this and I'm like, I know that I'm still gonna get what I want. I don't care how it's gonna align. I don't, like, it's not my business. But that's what Saturn and Pisces is about having that faith. And in Jupiter in Aries, it's about self-belief. So, you know, recording this right around eclipse. So let's see what's going to come up. Of course, watch this if you're Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising in Venus. Give this video a big thumbs up before we get started. And also I wanted to say that I am taking one more private tarot student. I know I've closed that spot before. I can take one more, so I will. So those of you who want to study with me privately one-on-one, where I teach you all my secrets of tarot, it's like a full course made for one student, where I tailor make the course for you, basically, you know, teach you one-on-one. One of my favorite things, honestly, to do is to teach. Check it out, link in the description box. And anyway, guys, let's get into this. I have a feeling today is going to be one of those pretty intense readings. So let's start. We're going to start with this deck. And once again, let's see. Let's just start with general energy. Solar plexus chakra, number 3. Number 3 been coming up for you guys 3 weeks. And by the way, I'm looking at my clock, 3 p.m. Even though it's not 3 p.m. But I have like some clocks that I need to readjust. So something about number 3. Let's see what else. We have dreams coming true, number 9. We also have here find balance, number 2. One more. New vitality, number 1. Heart chakra at the bottom of the deck, number 4. Third eye chakra. So I feel like you have to have confidence that your dreams can come true, no matter what is going on around you, no matter what's, you know, no matter what is happening. You have to, right now more than ever, align yourself with the consciousness, with awareness of that you are the sole creator of your reality. And even if before you felt like, well, there are all the shitty things that happen or unfolded maybe not the way that I wanted to, it's fine. You can, I feel like right now, take your life into your hands and create what you want to create. It is possible. I'm not just saying it because it's like, Oh, it's nice message, sounds lovely. No, you can't. Like, you really can't. For some of you, you might need to find balance, you know, in order to manifest what is it you want. I feel like finding balance for some of you, for different people here, could represent different things. For some of you, maybe you're trying to do too much, your energy is scattered, and you gotta find something to focus on and focus all your energy and intention on this one thing. For others, to be honest, it could be the opposite. Maybe you have, you know, in manifestation, there is this concept of excess potential. When something is so important for you, you become obsessed with it and you create sometimes unconsciously all this resistance. Some people believe it's true, some people don't. But I'm just saying, that's why it's a different message. Take what resonates. For some of you, it's about literally maybe not giving an F about something so much anymore, removing this thing, the person, whatever it is, from the pedestal, and focusing on other things. You will get to where you want to be. There is going to be a new beginning. Let's see a little bit more. Look at this, spread your wings, because look at this, spring. Spread your wings, dreams are coming true, it will happen. And we have here heal. If you've been also healing from something, if you've been trying to find liberation from some kind of cycle or some kind of pattern, it's going to happen too. And we have here, yeah, especially like for some of you, look at this, feeling alone next to finding balance. For some of you, maybe once again, you've been so focused on something to the degree of where you've abandoned yourself. If that's the case, pull back the energy, redirect this energy on yourself. I'm also seeing here the moon that's happening on May 5th is going to be extremely important for you. A lot of things are going to change around this time. Before that time, probably even too, but it's like, basically this is a very spiritual time right now. So find that balance, and look at this, we have heart chakra. I do feel like love is not gonna lead you astray this time. I don't know, wow, that sounded very poetic. I don't know what it means to you, but I'm just hearing love is not gonna lead you astray this time. If you felt before like every time you loved, you ended up somewhere you don't want to be, right now it's not gonna happen. With confront, yes, there is some fears I feel like you're confronting within. And some of the things, I just want to say this, I feel like for those of you, again, it could be a specific message. Maybe, again, you're in this dynamic with somebody where there is a long distance, or maybe they were with someone else before and you're scared, what if they're not going to leave this person, or what if they're not going to move to you, or you're not going to move to them, or that, whatever that is. Trust that it is going to happen. Whoever needs to move on will move on. And the thing here that I'm seeing is that there's been something that's been your fear almost like manifested, the thing that you've been maybe scared the most of manifested. And it's almost like for months you've been wondering, is this true? Is this true? Is this really happening? Is this really happening? And it's almost like you didn't want to give your attention there. You didn't want to direct your attention there, but somewhere in the back of your head, you kept thinking, is this happening? Is it happening? And you've been trying to like affirm maybe against it, or maybe you've been trying to really like elevate your self-concept where you have an idea about yourself that things are always aligning for you in a perfect way, or that you can remove undesirable circumstances. You can create exactly what you want, not just halfway, right? Like some fear materialized so that you could look at it, see it, and literally the moment you face that fear, the moment you confront that fear, whatever this is, maybe you were so scared they're gonna post a picture with their ex again, I don't know, or maybe you were so scared their ex was doing something to keep them. If that's not the case, maybe you were so scared, what if they follow somebody on this here? Again, I don't want to create any kind of like undesirable scenarios in your head, but whatever that fear was, no matter how bad it is, I'm just getting that fear was there for you to look into it, to face it, not hide from it. Because I feel like there might have been a situation for some of you where for months you've been questioning, you've been kind of wondering, what if this is happening because XYZ is happening behind the scenes, or that. It's never going to materialize. Like I keep my I think I've been saying this in your previous readings, this as well, but here it's showing up especially strongly. It's never going to materialize, but you did have to face it, because it's almost like something within you had to shift. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's like one of those Saturn and Pisces things. And we have here third eye chakra. You do have the awareness. You do have the intuition. You know, like deep down, you know. We have here master, and we have here observe. One more. Strengthening bonds. It is about, okay, so I do feel like there might have been, again, I don't know who this is resonating with, but this is like a very specific message. There might have been an awareness that you had for a few months. I don't know for how long exactly it's been going on, this, general message. But there might have been this awareness where for months you were trying to not think about it. But I feel like you've been for months kind of questioning and wondering, is that thing happening? Is that thing happening? Am I feeling this right? And you've been trying maybe to like remove your attention from that subject, whatever it was, but it kept coming there. So now maybe you got a confirmation that indeed something was happening. And even though this could upset you for a second, if you literally make it nothing, if you like literally laugh at it, give it no power whatsoever, and know that it's going to change, whatever the situation is, I don't care how undesirable the situation is. If you know within yourself that this is going to change, this is never going to be an issue, and in fact, this is never even going to materialize. Like, think about, right, in manifestation, we talk very often about the end state. In the end state, if your end state does not have the undesirable thing, whatever this is, right, in the end state, like you don't have the, would you be worried about it? Would you be worried about something that doesn't exist? Like, I don't know, maybe it's a third party situation. Okay, in your end state, there is no third party. You're just together with whoever you want to be with, right? But like, would you worry about that person if you know that like they don't want anything to do with them and they're not together anymore or whatever this is? So I don't know, like, or it could be other things. Maybe your person is in the job, like in the military somewhere or whatever, or it's some kind of job which is like not ideal for you to create a relationship with them, and you've been kind of manifesting them to go away from that job. Would you be worried about them being at that job if you know that they already quit it? And like, you just align yourself to whatever it is your desired state is. I do feel like it kind of requires some manifestation here, but it's not hard. Focus on your, like, what makes you right now most stable. There is going to be like, if somebody missed an opportunity with you, change your focus, don't even think about it. I do feel like somebody was facing their dark fears during this time, no matter how good their life seemed on the surface. It was hard for them to see how to overcome whatever situation they found themselves in. Now, some time has passed here. I feel like things are going to stabilize, and most importantly, it's like, let me see, there is going to be a release of whatever that was. Like I said, something you've been fearing is not going to materialize. It's just never going to come through. Again, we don't have to, obsess over how this will happen, how that will happen. You just have to trust that everything is aligning for you in the best way possible. And yes, I do get, like, I'll be very honest, like, I do get that there was something you had to face with this confront card. Maybe it was like literally that fear where it's like the worst case scenario possible. But sometimes, what's funny as well, sometimes when we face literally our worst case scenario possible and look it in the eye, nothing scares us anymore. So maybe it had to be this way. You had for a second to be looking at something undesirable, and then this thing removes it, like that thing is literally removed from your path, but you face that fear, so you are no longer chained by that. I hope I'm making sense here, because it's like, it's about your healing ultimately. Sometimes our subconscious tends to manifest worst case scenarios and fears so that we could face it and we could heal. Because think about it, sometimes like let's just say maybe that situation was not there and you just kept thinking about, will this happen, will this not happen? It would have been always somewhere in the back of your mind, and you would have always kind of felt, I don't want to say like a slave to it, but sort of like chained to it. And it's like, you don't have to be in that place. You can literally look at anything that's happening around you and decide that that's not going to define your life. That's not going to be your story. Reject the undesirable story and focus on what you want to create. Here, you are not only becoming more powerful in terms of like, you're creating your own reality, but you also can remove undesirable circumstances. And even within the undesirable circumstances, they do not matter. So it's kind of like one of those things. If there was no if there was no Red Sea hole, biblical, right, story, like there would be no miracle if there was no parting of that. Sometimes things have to come to that level where it's almost like it feels impossible. Like, I have no idea if I'm going to succeed in what I'm doing. But if you do not give up, if you persevere, again, Saturn and Pisces will reward the faith, right? If you keep going with it, you will get what you want. And all these fears that you had, like I've had some kind of experience like a few months ago where literally that thing I was scared the most, I was seeing it everywhere, on every corner, out of nowhere. But I already knew that. I remember last year I had this experience with something else. Also, something was triggering me, and my trigger kept appearing literally everywhere I would go. And I was like, you know what? I know why this is happening. I know that it's my subconscious triggering me. And you know what? I'm gonna, yeah, it's not very pleasant, but I'm gonna choose to not react to that. And it's ultimately you becoming that person who, instead of being influenced by everything you see, raises to your potential, ultimately influencing things. Okay, so that's what we've seen so far. Now let's go into your actual connection with your person. This is like intense. I knew it. That's gonna be intense. First row is you, second row your person. Okay, we have here 10 of Wands. First card, second card, 6 of Wands. Again, what I said, you are gonna win whatever it is you're doing, but at first it might feel very heavy. We have here the Tower. Let's see. We also have here Page of Cups. Unexpectedly, good news will arrive. We also have here Knight of Swords, and one more card wants to come out. And it is the Seven of Cups. Okay. Keep your eyes, they say, on the prize. Now let's look at your person. We have here Two of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, we have here Six of Pentacles. We also have here Knight of Pentacles. We have Justice card again. One more. And we have here the Four of Pentacles, Hanged Man at the very bottom of the deck with Three of Wands, Three of Pentacles. I feel like this person and your connection right now is in this place where you are just, you gotta let go of whatever is heavy. You gotta stop assigning meaning to things where, you know, you just feel like everything is so extreme. Now, let's talk about this more in a detail. When I look at you with the Ten of Wands first card, again, there might have been some kind of experience recently where you just felt so overwhelmed. It felt very heavy because, again, maybe you had to face something, some kind of fear. Maybe you even didn't expect this to happen. Maybe you were going, you know, about your life and feeling very empowered, but then suddenly, you know, some kind of old fear pops up and you're like, what's going on with me? Maybe it's just you've been dealing, like there's a lot of energy. It doesn't have to be something like that necessarily. There's a lot of energy. And there was a moment where you questioned, can I get what I want still or not? I feel like, again, I know I'm sounding like really, like, I don't know how, like overly optimistic or whatever. I do not care what has happened, what transpired. If you believe in yourself, if you believe that you can create what you want, if you consciously redirect your awareness to what you want instead of what you don't want, you will win. I honestly do not care if, let's just say, it's one of those things, I feel like there's going to be the situation where, let's just say there is like a race, right? And everybody, like, let's just say person number 2 and person number 5 are the finalists of the race. And like the 2 is so ahead, like everybody is already congratulating the 2 and saying the other 2 definitely is gonna win. Number 5 is so behind. I don't care, like, if it's that kind of situation, because literally in the last second something might happen that is so crazy, it will like number 5 will win. So I hope this story kind of makes sense to you, because I feel like I do not care if everything seems like you are not gonna make it. If you right now do not give up, if you persist right now, whatever is presented to you, whatever is happening, it's never been about another person if you're manifesting a person. It's never been about that job if you're manifesting the job. It's never been about anything except who you are becoming. Because when you look back at this situation, whatever you're dealing with, I don't care how crazy it is, I don't care how intense it is, when you look back at the situations years later, you will know that without this situation, whatever the situation is, again, it's very general, I know, so it could be different things for different people. You will know that without it, you would have never become that person, or you would have never, because I'm almost getting like you are tapping into your ability to make miracles, to create miracles, to do something so powerful, you know, some kind of great things. And you will look back at this time exactly of whatever the situation you're dealing with. If you're like in the middle of like a storm, you know, and you feel like you're alone, you know, in this thing, and no one, you know, no one understands what you're going through, no one is able to help you. I don't care. When you look back at this, you will know that this was exactly what you needed to win, and you're gonna win. Like it's just, you know, it's like it's like it's promised, literally. With the Tower card here, with up to the Page of Cups, this could be very much the eclipse, but I don't know honestly which eclipse it is, whether it's the eclipse, I mean this is lunar, but still I feel like this is the energy of either eclipse. Could be this eclipse that we're having now at 29th degree of Aries, could be the eclipse we're going to have on May 5th. You will receive the news that's going to change everything. And because this is about Pisces, right, it's fish, right, so Pisces, the message here, the most important message is to not give up your faith, even if everything, you know, feels like it's not like it's not, how to say, it's like everything is hopeless. However, the message that I'm seeing you're getting here is actually very positive. I see that you're going to receive a message that's going to just blow your mind. You're going to believe that manifestation is real. You're going to believe that you actually can make miracles. You're going to, like, basically whatever you're going to receive, especially if you've been feeling like maybe since the beginning of the year, since whatever time, maybe your whole life, you've been feeling like you've been constantly like your faith was constantly tested. It's just one test after another, one test after another. The moment you meet somebody you like, there is some shit that goes down. Something is always like, if you've been persevering and persisting in your faith, whatever it is, I feel like sometime around this eclipse season, honestly I cannot give the exact date, but it's gonna happen. You will receive the message, or it might be like you will find out about something that's going to completely change the way you see this world and the way you see yourself, most importantly. If you did not believe that maybe you could manifest, if you did not believe that things were fair to you in life, if you did not believe that miracles could happen for you, if you did not believe that everything can align for you the way you want it to, you will start believing in that. And let me see, Knight of Swords, it could have to do with a person you have in mind perhaps, because it's almost like with the Knight of Swords here, they've been very careful, but I don't think honestly the message is about that they chose you, because that's for granted. That's already kind of like out of the way, out of the question. I feel like with the Seven of Cups, I don't know how, maybe it's like about aligning yourself to one specific reality and one specific way of how things are gonna manifest. And like something about, this is the moon over here. So something about like the moon is twice here. So I'm not sure what it is. Apply this as it resonates. We can of course clarify in a little bit. So the message for you is loud and clear. Now let's look at the person you have in mind. So they have a lot of Pentacles cards. 4 of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, 6 of Pentacles, 2 of Pentacles. And you know what I feel? I feel like a lot of things with them are not what they seem. They've been trying to make something happen. Honestly, I don't know how it's been financially for them. I don't want to say that money has been bad, but I feel like they've been trying to understand how to manage their time and money. And again, there is some sense of contract. Maybe somebody wants their money. I don't know, maybe their ex-partner is asking for money, or maybe they just have a lot of financial obligations. There's something here with Justice card where there's going to be some kind of financial agreement that they're gonna sign with someone. It could be like something with, you know, with like any kind of situations they dealt with before. If that's not the case, it's something about work. They will sign some kind of agreement, some kind of partnership. And what I'm getting here is that they are wondering about you. That's all I'm hearing, but let me see. Let's look how this connects further. Okay, we have here the Hermit. We also have here Knight of Wands. We also have here Ace of Wands. We also have here Ace of Cups. We also have here the Queen of Swords. And we have here the King of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck is 10 of Swords. There is some kind of unexpected ending that's going to basically change the way maybe they've been making life plans, what they've been planning for, it's going to happen very unexpectedly. It's almost like it was supposed to happen before, but for whatever reason, if there was some circumstances that were prolonging the inevitable end of something, it's going to happen. And I'm just getting here with like Ace of Wands and Ace of Cups. That's going to completely give you an awareness and also an understanding of how everything actually makes sense. Whatever they were doing, maybe they were not able to tell you about, whatever that was happening, like, you now understand, you now see the full picture. And with the Queen of Swords, I do feel like it's up to you ultimately to decide whether you want to continue this or not. Because see, even though like, right, you can manifest whatever you want, you can create whatever situation you want, and even here, no matter what happened before, it doesn't matter. It's also up to you to decide whether you want to, you know, deal with something or not. Like, what do you want to deal with? Like, what is something you don't want to deal with? Because I do think you also do have options, and yeah, it's something like it's really like the ball kind of like I'm getting is in your court. Let's see. We have here express your love. There's going to be an expression of love, an expression of feelings, which is going to kind of blow your mind. The situation involves wedding, marriage. Your feelings are real worth exploring. Keep an open mind. I'm almost feeling like somebody's gonna ask you about what do you think about XYZ. I'm not sure what it is, but I feel like very soon you're gonna give your relationship a chance, and you're also gonna know why before there was some kind of why before things were the way they were, but how they were, I don't know. It like really depends here. Anyway, we can take this to the extended where we're gonna look deeper. This is like pretty intense energy here. We're going to look very, very deep into what's going on with your person, and also what are this news that you're receiving that are, you know, I feel like going to change everything here. And again, I'm not just saying this because, oh my God, dramatic reading. I'm actually seeing this as one of those intense readings and energies because I guess of the eclipse. We'll see. Link to this is going to be down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Links to private readings and everything in the description box. Give this video a big thumbs up. We'll talk soon. Bye.